It is a grim scene on the Potomac River today. No survivors after a U.S. Army helicopter hit a passenger jet coming in for a landing at Reagan National Airport last night. It's the deadliest commercial plane crash in the United States in more than 15 years. You can see that crash provided in this EarthCam video. Army officials say there were 3 soldiers on board that helicopter. U.S. Figure Skating confirmed several members of its team were on that flight, including athletes, coaches, and family members. Right now, 27 bodies have been recovered. ABC's Nicole D'Antonio is at the scene.
All through the night and into the morning, a massive and desperate effort to reach any victims from the mid-air collision in the frigid waters of the Potomac River in the nation's capital.
Despite all those efforts, we are now at a point where we are switching from a rescue operation to a recovery operation. At this point, we don't believe there are any survivors from this accident.
64 passengers and crew on the American Airlines regional flight 5342 from Wichita, Kansas. The deadly midair crash seen in this EarthCam video. The plane was on final approach to land at Reagan National Airport just after 8:45 last night when it was hit by a U.S. Army helicopter on a training flight.
Did you see that?
There were 3 soldiers on board the Army Black Hawk helicopter. The Secretary of Defense, Pete Hegseth, speaking from the Pentagon this morning.
We do know on our side who was involved. It was a fairly experienced crew and that was doing a required annual night evaluation. They did have night vision goggles.
Officials say both aircrafts were in standard flight patterns in a very busy air corridor within sight of the U.S. Capitol. The night skies were clear. R.A. Schulman was driving home when he looked up and saw the plane falling from the sky.
It was illuminated bright yellow underneath, and there was a spray of sparks on the underside of the plane.
An NTSB GO team is on the scene. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy on his first day on the job promising a thorough inquiry.
We will not rest until we have answers for the families and for the flying public. You should be assured that when you fly, you're safe.
The body of the plane was found upside down in 3 sections in waist-deep water. The wreckage of the helicopter was also found. Nicole D'Antonio, ABC News in Arlington, Virginia.
Here in Louisville, it's important to know Ali International offers 6 daily nonstop flights on American Airlines to and from Reagan National. And at this time, 5 of the 6 flights for today are canceled. Some of you may remember the painful memories of the catastrophic crash of Air Florida Flight 90. That crash happened in Washington, D.C. more than 40 years ago. The plane crashing into the 14th Street Bridge over the Potomac after just minutes after taking off from what was then known as National Airport. That was on January 13th of 1982. It was caused by insufficient de-icing amid an Arctic blast in much of the eastern United States. 78 people died in that crash. 5 were survivors after being pulled from the plane's wreckage in the frozen river. Well, more local news here on your Thursday. Charges against a mother cited by a Metro police officer for street camping while she was in active labor have been dropped.
Court date on November the 8th at 9 a.m. at the courthouse at 600 West Jefferson.
Well, that incident happened back in September after the body cam video was released. A judge dismissed the woman's case during a large docket of unlawful street camping citations. There's been an increase in these citations since a state law went into effect last summer. District Court will now hold a special docket for these once a month. Service providers to help those experiencing homelessness will also be in those courtrooms to offer resources.
Our job as prosecutors is to do justice, and that means that if we can help get these folks connected rather than being convicted, then that's just.
There was some diversion, right? They left again with more resources, and hopefully we'll be moving closer to plan to housing.
LMPD said 69 citations for unlawful camping have been issued since that law was enacted last July. The Orange County deputy shot earlier this month is now out of the ICU. Zach Andre was shot multiple times on January 3rd while responding to a stalled vehicle near West Baden Springs, Indiana. The suspect, 33-year-old Austin Shepard, escaped. And after a 2-day manhunt, he was shot and killed by LMPD officers. Sheriff Davey Henderson told us Andre is out of the ICU, but still not awake. We are hoping for his full recovery. We'll, of course, keep you updated on all of these top stories of today, online and on air. But first, let's get a check of your forecast. Much quieter here at home, Sam.
Yeah, that's right, Brooke. This morning, we actually saw temperatures fall down below freezing. I know yesterday morning it was a lot warmer with those 40s. But once again, kind of a healthy reminder from Mother Nature. We're still dealing with some winter cold as we did fall to 30 degrees in Louisville this morning. Meade County this morning fell to 20 degrees, and we've seen a pretty good improvement as we gotten into much of the early afternoon so far. We're actually hitting 47 at the airport in Louisville. We have a southwest or southeast wind, of course, bringing in more moisture into our atmosphere, and that's going to be opening the door for more clouds for the remainder of the day today, and there will be a shot of rainfall as soon as about 3 p.m. So if you are about to step out the door for your afternoon, probably a good idea to pack the umbrella. We're sitting at 50 in the capital city, 45 in Carrollton, and again, there will be some rainfall moving through. We're already watching the band of rain southwest of much of Kentuckiana, encompassing St. Louis towards northern Arkansas and southeastern Missouri. With time, that band of rain will be the focus for our area into this afternoon. So again, much of this week has been sunshine filled, but things will be changing this afternoon heading into the evening with some decent rain moving through. I'll let you know if this is going to be impacting our Friday. The full forecast straight ahead.
It was unanimous. I'm happy. I cannot wait to have my daughter have her bus back in March.
The restoration of bus transportation for nearly 3,000 JCPS students is welcome news for parents like Berkeley Collins. She told us she gave up her 10-year career in the mortgage business in order to drive her 2 daughters to school.
I really want them to have that same routine. Most of their friends try and stay in the staff that they know, the teachers that they know, the environments that they know, and I don't want them to rearrange their life. So I rearranged mine so they don't have to rearrange theirs.
Collins does receive a gas stipend from JCPS, but says it doesn't replace the full-time salary she's missed. Other parents will have to weigh in on the same issue in an online survey. The district says that survey will be available Monday and will be available for a week. Those responses will inform how many routes are needed. The district says it still needs about 80 more drivers to bring back the bus transportation for all students.
Hoosiers from all over the state told me these tax bills keep rising, but wages aren't keeping up with that pace. This is not sustainable.
Lowering property taxes was a topic for Indiana Governor Mike Braun during his first State of the State address last night. Braun says he wants to cut taxes for new homeowners and seniors and cap annual increases. Democratic lawmakers agree, but say they do not want it to come at the expense of local services. Braun also touched on his plans to lower health care costs and crack down on illegal immigration. You can read more on what he had to say right now on WHAS11.com. And happening in the next half hour, Louisville Mayor Craig Greenberg will deliver his annual State of the City address. We expect key talking points to include improvements to downtown, how the city is tackling violent crime, police department reforms, and affordable housing initiatives. We'll have more when the mayor speaks at 12:30 today.